welcome back. So in today's video we are going to use all these lovely things in front of you. These are, I'm going to call them the Towers of Mica powders from Temu, a regular brush, paintbrush with a dry bristles, and these gorgeous molds. Majority of these purchases are from Temu. Everything we use in the video will be linked in the description box. And look at this, the dragonfly. So if you've seen our previous videos going back to some point last year, you would have seen me. It was a failure actually at trying to use the dragonfly mold. So what I'm showing you as well now here is a coaster mold. This will be coming up in part 2 of it's going to be another video, part 2 of this project, this collection. It's just a little sneak preview here of the idea that I had for them. So starting off, we're going to apply the mica powder to this beautiful butterfly mold. So this has been sped up. Obviously, take as much time as you need when applying the powders. But they're beautiful. Lovely blues and greeny silver colours. I really love these mica powders from Temu. They are very reasonably priced and they do produce some gorgeous colours. There we are. Look at that sheen. Of course, employing a little bit of artistic license here. You will not find a butterfly, as far as I'm aware, in the natural world that has quite this colour combination. I know there's a very pale blue one with a dark outline. Can't think of the name of it, I'm afraid. But you certainly won't have any little gold miniature butterflies. But you'll see the gold one being used later on. You won't see the blue one being used. But, you know, I wanted to try and recreate the previous video that we'd done for dragonfly and butterfly. That was one of our best performing videos. So we thought we'd just try it and see if we could get it to work this time. Last time I used UV resin, which of course was not the right resin to use because these molds that I'm using are opaque and the UV light couldn't penetrate through to cure the resin. But it was very early days for us back then with our channel, and now of course we've learnt a lot of lessons since, and we use the correct resin this time. Now look at this mold. It is, by the way, I did get rid of that hair on the left there. It's stunning, and I didn't realise until after I'd applied all the mica powder on this one that it's actually quite sort of steampunk themed. You've got what looks like gears and cogs in the details of the wings. I mean, this one is very detailed indeed. I was a little bit concerned that perhaps the resin might be a bit too thick of consistency to work with this, but at a later date you will see it demolded, and you will see, or maybe a bit later on in this video actually, you'll see this one demolded, and well, let me know in the comments box your opinion as to whether or not these have worked, and also whether or not you think the dragonfly one's going to work. So just clearing up the excess mica powder there, just using a regular wet wipe. Look at that. I love the way it sheens and shines, and it just catches the light. So that's that one. So there's those 3 done. Here he is, Mr. Dragonfly. So just decided on the colours I was going to use, and again, employing a little bit of artistic license, because obviously dragonflies don't have golden colours to their wings, but it goes with the colour scheme theme that we have for the trinket tray and the Tealight holders that you will see me doing. So applied a bit of gold, a little bit of the crystal or pearlized white, and now these beautiful deep pink fuchsia colours, purpley colours, all to the wings there. Look at the detail on those wings. Stunning. So just turned it over, tapped it to get rid of the excess, and then a little bit of a close-up shot there. There we go, going in with the dark purple colour. I love this colour. Purple is one of our company, our brand colours, if you like. The purples, the violets and the pinks. So look at that, look at the way that shines, shimmers. Look at the detail on the mould and the way it's picked up with the mica powders. Obviously you can use any colours you want, and then just there in the body as well. Stunning. Now here's the tray. Now There's a little bit of a sneaky peek there on the left-hand side of the coasters. The idea I thought of to start with was that we'd put the dragonfly within the tray, but I did change my mind slightly. What I'm doing here is I'm using a beautiful deep raspberry red coloured mica powder, and then a paler pinky salmony pink, and then the gold. This gold mica that we're using, I am obsessed with at the moment. I will admit that. I have a bit of an obsession with this gold mica, metallic mica powder. It's one that comes in the kit, the resin kit that we're buying currently by Ghoul, Ghguole, Ghoul, and it comes, this, if you buy the 2-gallon resin kit, it's very reasonably priced on Amazon. Again, all links to description in the description box of the products that we've used. Any discount codes for Temu that will also be in there as well. But in with the resin comes the hardener and the resin. You get metallic mica powders, foils, so silver and gold foil. Look at the sheen on that and the way it catches. And then you get a lot of other things that you can add in. Now, I didn't show you these at the beginning of the video. I decided, do you know what? I'm going to add something into this collection, a bit more. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. So I decided to use these beautiful, I want to say they're almost like Chinese style lotus molds. Now, all I'm doing is using the different shades of deep coloured magenta, pinks. There's a crystal white there, or pearlized white powder. There's the salmony pink and the gold. And then I repeat it all round on the outer detail of this mould. Now, this is the base part of the mould. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. They're just stunning. I love these colours. Obviously, I've used rather a lot on occasion, so don't forget to turn the mould over and give it a bit of a tappy wappy, as it were. Just give it a general light tap and all the excess mica will come off. You can clean up any areas where you don't want those colours and then apply another mica colour. So there we go, just turned it over, gave it a bit of a tap. Look at that. Love those colours. So, then decided, as I've said, I'm obsessed with the gold colour. I'm going to do the gold in the central bit of it. So just using the dry bristle paintbrush, dipped it in the pot of the mica powder, tapped it off loosely in the pot, and then applied it all around and just made sure it was very well covered. So this is Wayne. Wayne has made me up some resin. It's Ghoul resin, that's the brand. Available, as I said, through Amazon, and he's added in some of the crystal or pearlized white mica powder, which is actually from Arteza. It's a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, and he's made up enough to pour for all of the pieces in this video, and obviously the ones that are going to be in part 2, which are the coasters. The coasters follow in part 2. So this video coming out Wednesday the 8th, I believe, yeah. Wednesday the 8th at 5 PM UK time, and then the follow-up will be on Sunday again at 5 PM UK time. Our Friday video will actually be a preview of the collaboration project with Claire's Crafty Corner. It will go out as part of the collaboration playlist with a lot of other resin artists on Saturday, so please, you know, give it a watch on our own channel, or alternatively, if you wish, you can then look out for it on the collaboration which was going out live on Saturday. But we will do it as a premiere on our channel on Friday, and we're always going to be there in the live chat. So here we go with this beautiful trinket tray. I just love the effect of the different coloured pinks, purpley colours, and that gold. Almost ombre, maybe a little bit camouflagey as well, perhaps. Look at that resin. I love the effect of this beautiful crystal pearlized white mica powder in the resin. It's just stunning. So Wayne's just carefully going around the edge there, trying to make sure that there are no, look at that, playing, pretty colours, pretty patterns in the resin, just making sure there are no air bubbles. So here he goes, pouring the resin carefully into the dragonfly mould, hoping at this point that it's going to work. Because as I said, you know, we'll link the previous video so you can go and watch that if you wish, where you can see where it went wrong and things didn't quite go to plan and so on. But this was a lot more successful than that one. So there we go. As I said, not all the dragonflies and butterflies were used in this particular project or in part 2 of this project, but will be used in a future project, or for us to sell. We'll convert them into key rings, handbag charms perhaps, or as embellishments for bookmarks and so on, or mobile phones. And yeah, eventually it will all be available through our website, which we are still currently building, so please, you know, bear with us. It's a lot of work, but we will get there, hopefully sooner rather than later. And all the links, the link to our website will be posted in the description and possibly on a community post when it is actually all built and you know, we're happy with it. So there we go. It's just finishing filling up the moulds. Now look at this one. This was the one I was concerned that the resin would be too thick to take into account all the detail in that mould. I mean, but Wayne is very adept at doing these things. He's got a lot of patience. He's a very, very clever person. I am biased. He is my partner, but I think you'll all agree he is quite the dab hand when it comes to doing these things. Anyway, this is a good day or so later, and this is one of the Tealight molds. This is the first time, by the way, we've used these molds. So just taking it away from the sides there. It's coming away quite easily. I was just hoping that we weren't going to get any air bubbles anywhere. And then just carefully taking it away. Look at that. It looks like it's worked. Cleanly away from the mould. And here we go. Wow. Look at that. I mean, on a white background that will show up a lot more, but I just think they're stunning. It's giving me a bit of boho style, perhaps. Boho hippie lifestyle. Hippie chic. Boho chic. Can imagine those with lots of green plants. Oh, nice. Very nice. Here we go with the second one. Of course, you can change colours up. You could do blues and greens and golds. Oh my gosh, I've got to do those. Blues, greens and golds. I've got to be thinking about those colours as well at the moment too, as you'll see in future videos. But there we go. Look at that. I think they both, you can have them as individuals or together. I think they look absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. So there we go. Those are two lovely lotus themed flower holders. So here's the tray. Completely cured. No air bubbles around the edges. Wow. Oh, look at that with the bits of gold showing there and the pink. It's nice. Maybe a little, I think we'll just take the edge off of those edges there, so it's not quite so sharp. Did you see that shine and the reflectiveness of the gold? Wow. Absolutely stunning. I love that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Will look lovely in any room in your house. I'm thinking spa style bathrooms. I'm thinking dressing rooms, bedrooms. But wow, look, here we go. This is all our lovely butterflies. Keeping our fingers crossed that this time it's worked. They are all completely cured. Just hoping they've picked up as well as they should have done. So carefully pulling the mould away from it. Just carefully pushing, as you can see. Carefully. Got a little bit of overspill here, which I will trim up with a little pair of scissors. There you go. Oh, it's gradually coming away. I took my time with this because this is a very delicate piece. Lots and lots of detail, and the last thing I wanted to do was to leave half of it in the mould, therefore then ruining it. But this is working, just about working. There we go. So nice and cleanly away from the mould. As you can see, we've got a bit of overspill, which I will just trim up with my little scissors. And look at that. Now, it's at this point I realised, look, that is definitely steampunk. In the wings, you've got gears and cogs. There we go. You can see it a bit better now. I've put it on something, but look at that with the gold tips. I love this. Now, this isn't in the finished pieces in this collection, but it would look stunning in any tray, coaster, as a charm, or anywhere else where you would want to put it. Here is this lovely little miniature dragonfly. This was the pearlized white and gold. It's stunning. I love it. And I already know what I'm going to use it for. But I'm not giving anything away. Along with this lovely, oh, look at this gorgeous, that's a miniature gold one, which I'll show you in a minute. And there's the blue one now. Oh, wowzers. Just taking off a little bit of the residue in there. So there we go. Just, I don't know if you can see that properly. I just gave it a snip with a little pair of scissors. Look at that. And there's a little miniature gold one as well. Wow. Now these have come out of these mould. They do have a matte sort of finish to them. You could coat them in some UV resin just to make them a bit more shiny. But that wasn't the look I wanted to go for. Now, this is the big one. Is he going to work or not? Carefully again, just gently pulling the mould away from the piece itself, trying to release it. Careful, careful. Still a tiny bit bendy on that part of the body, the thinner part. And there we go. It has come away nice and clean. It is completely cured. Here he is. Oh, look at him. I say him, could be her, in all their glory. Stunning. Absolutely. I am so pleased with the result of this. The other one was such a complete fail in the other video. But this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And as I said, you can always put a coat of UV resin over it. Now, my idea originally had to be to set it into the tray, but then you wouldn't have any tray left. So I decided to put it on the outside of it. So it creates quite the sort of more of a 3D look. So just using some regular super glue, making sure that I've lined it up so that it does stick to the tray. Go careful when you're using super glue that you don't stick your hands to anything or anything else. So I put him on like that, and then I thought, not quite happy with the way the bottom part of his body sticks out. So I bent it in slightly because it's still slightly malleable. Put a little bit of super glue on, and then just pushed the end part of the tail part of the body over, and then made it so that it does actually stick to the tray. So just held it down for a few moments, making sure you don't stick your fingers to it. There we go, making sure it adhered to the tray, which it has now done, and then left it to set up a bit. There we go. So I'm really pleased with that. Look at him. Here we go with another little close-up shot. I think that looks, it just finishes the tray off. Obviously you don't have to put that on the tray if you don't want to. You can just have it as a nice charm that you can put up in the window. Absolutely stunning. I love it. Now, I did think that maybe he's a little bit lonely. So I thought, let's get the miniature gold butterfly. I am denying about whether or not to put this one in, and I thought, do you know what? No, I'm going to. So here we go. I've just applied off camera. I'm just putting a little bit of super glue on the back of the gold butterfly. Apologies, that's not in shot. There we go. There we go. Just putting it on the back of the butterfly and then sticking it down to where you want it to be. Pressing down to make sure it adheres to the surface of the tray. And of course the super glue does its job. And then I left that for a few hours just to set up completely so that it was completely adhered to the tray. There we go. I think that looks gorgeous. It just finishes it off nicely. Again, you don't have to put them on to the tray. You can leave the tray just as plain. So here's the final shot of the tea lights with the battery operated candles in, and then you'll see the tray any moment now with the dragonfly and his little friend, the miniature gold Butterfly. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget, part 2 is coming on Sunday of this week at 5. See you then. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.